Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Daryl here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to discuss AMC's original plans for Daryl's character.
And man, it would have been horrible.
Yeah.
But real quick, guys, we thank you guys so much for checking out the live stream. Now, I did go ahead and actually turn off the live stream back to private. The playback was not great. We had some technical issues, so we do apologize for that. We are definitely going to work those out because we really enjoyed doing that live stream. We want to do a lot more of them.
That was definitely really fun, guys. So we're obviously doing different configurations because that was over wireless, so it was kind of spotty, and we'll do some different things and see if we can get it going. But definitely fun, guys, so stay tuned because that will happen soon.
Yes, very soon, guys. So let's get back to topic. This is something that we never knew, the original plan for Daryl. Now, we know Daryl is from the South. He was kind of a redneck, hillbilly guy, whatever. But in the early seasons, you could kind of see him and Merle. I wouldn't say we knew Merle was probably more racist, or, he did not like... We saw how he interacted with Glenn, with T-Dog. We saw a little bit of it with Daryl. But Norman Reedus did come out and say that early on, they wanted to have Daryl be a full-blown Alcoholics Anonymous member. They wanted the character to grow into somebody, or he didn't want that because he wanted the character to grow into somebody we respect. But they would have kept him to be like very disrespectful, possibly racist, a drug addict, and that would have never worked for Daryl.
Merle.
Yeah, Merle, basically. But Norman Reedus said he had to fight to change that.
Yeah, that's surprising.
That is, whew.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because AMC was like, this character's not in the source material, so it doesn't matter what we do with this character. They're not going to play a prominent role anyway.
Right.
And I'm really glad that they chose to go a different route with Daryl because he quickly became a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's very surprising that we know that Daryl was a character that they created for the show, but to think that they created it early on, and we understand writers have early ideas, but to think like, if he had to fight for this change, like, wow, like you were almost dead set to keeping that character the same, to keep him the way he was going to be, and not evolve him into the character we know now.
Yeah,
a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Absolute fan favorite. So, like I said, early on in season 1, we did, Daryl did reference Glenn as calling him a Chinaman. I do remember that scene. It was very hard to hear, and it was like, oh, come on, Daryl, what the hell do you hillbilly do? Like, I did not like, I will be honest, I did not like Daryl at first. Yeah. I didn't like him. Just,
Definitely not Merle.
Definitely not Merle, no.
But you didn't really see it as much in Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching the first season, like, man, because of what he did, because of what Rick did to Merle, is Daryl like gonna not go off on Rick, right?
Yeah.
And it ended up blossoming into an amazing bond between Rick and Daryl, and I think that's where the fans grew, and that fan favorite came out for Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think early on, the early version of Daryl, from what the article said, sounded like a replacement for Merle, whose behavior made him who constantly clashed with others. And it would seem that Daryl would have served as a foil character whose main purpose was to cause friction and conflict. So if they would have stayed on that route, it would have just been Merle, Daryl together, just being insane brothers together.
Yeah, and it didn't make sense because you already had that type of character with Merle. What was the point in having Daryl be an exact copy of that?
Right.
So I can definitely see why they chose to switch it up, but I'm with you. I'm shocked that Norman Reedus had to fight to get that change.
Yeah, and which was great. I think, I would love to know early on, maybe some other characters, like their plans early on. Now, we know, of course, source material characters. We know the primary source of that character, which they did evolve a lot of these characters on. But it would be cool to find out of maybe some early versions of what they wanted to do with Glenn, or what do they want to do with Maggie and other characters that they may have changed up a little bit to say, let's go on the lines of the comic book a little bit, but let's change it up a bit. Here's a couple roads we can go down.
I can tell you the actress that played Andrea actually came out and said, I was signed on for a contract for 8 seasons.
Oh, yeah. That was
and
good.
I was supposed to be the romantic interest of Rick Grimes.
Yep.
So they were supposed to go down that path with that actress. And then I think the whole Frank Darabont...
I was just going to say that. Yeah, the whole thing with Frank Darabont, I think, changed everything, honestly. And there's a lot... And I will tell you, I mean, the first season of The Walking Dead was slow. First couple seasons were good, but I know a lot of people who've commented on our stuff have said, like, they did not like the seasons that Frank Darabont was on. And I think it didn't really do that well, like, ratings-wise.
The first season, I believe, did, obviously, right out the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, this was something that, grabbed your attention pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I think... I don't necessarily think that they spent too much time on the farm, but yeah, I think that...
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, guys, it's really cool to think that Norman Reedus, you know, he had to fight to change his character to become the iconic character he is today. And, you know, it's understandable coming from the background of his character. Yes, he's from the South. Not saying that all people are from the South.
Yeah, I don't want to stereotype people from the South.
Yeah, they're not all stereotypical, you know...
redneck.
You know, rednecks and stuff. It's not like that. You don't want to view people like that. So, and we don't view people like that either. But coming off of what we know of the character and what he's explained in the show, that, yeah, he said he's a redneck. He loves doing these kind of things. But we saw him being slightly offensive, but it didn't go over the line a lot like they were trying to do with Merle. Merle was really the head one. Like, he was stepping over the line. Daryl was a waves behind him, being the one like, hey, dude, calm down.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that. You could see that conflict with Merle and T-Dog, like in the first episode, or the first couple episodes. Yeah. I mean, it was apparent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we don't put anybody in a box here, so. No, but I'm glad they didn't go that route with Daryl.
Yeah, definitely. So let us know what you think about this massive change for Daryl. We know we are glad that they did not go down that previous road, because it would have been absolutely horrible, and we wouldn't be talking about Norman Reedus like we do today, and he probably would not have the game Death Stranding if that happened. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash the like button if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more Walking Dead news and information from us. I'm Daryl.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.